Thanks for tuning into Good News Devos on U-Nite Radio. I'm Zoe.
And I'm Zachary. Let's start with a game. Since we've been talking about names, let's play the ultimate name game. Zoe and I will give you a letter of the alphabet. Then you'll have 5 seconds to list as many names as you can that start with that letter.
You can use names of famous people from history, the Bible, or in your family.
To make it extra fun, Zoe's going to play with you. You can play with her, by yourself, or with others around you. See if you can name more names than her. We'll let you, our friends listening, go first.
I'm ready.
No, you're not.
What?
Cover your ears so you can't hear. No cheating.
Oh, right.
Okay, friends, are you ready? The letter is M. Go. Great job, friends. Zoe, you can open your ears now.
Great.
The letter is M. Go.
Moses, Marvin, Michael, Mimi, Mia,
Marvelous. You guys did awesome. How many names did you name?
There's a lot of names out there in the world. Maybe you know someone with the same name as you.
In my class in school, I had a classmate named Zachary too. We got confused for one another and compared to each other a lot. Have you ever been compared to someone or compared yourself to someone?
Even if they don't have the same name as you, it's easy to compare ourselves to others. That comparison can easily turn into jealousy. Maybe you watch someone who runs really fast, and you wish you were the fast one instead of them.
It hurts ourselves and others to be jealous. God doesn't want us to be jealous like that either. But did you know that there is actually a good and right kind of jealousy? The Bible tells us that God has a holy or perfect kind of jealousy.
God is so amazing and perfect that all of his emotions are good and right, including God's jealousy. But what does God's right jealousy mean? And what does it look like? Our next name of God tells us just that.
Our third name of God is Kanna. Can you say Kanna with us?
Kanna.
El in English means God, and Kanna means jealous. But this word for jealous only talks about God's perfect jealousy.
That's right. When people get jealous, it's usually because we're motivated by greed or selfishness. But God's jealousy isn't like that. God's jealousy is motivated by a desire to protect, provide for, and bless his children.
Let's look at a couple places in the Bible that show us what this looks like. First, let's go to Exodus chapter 20, verse 4 and 5. Exodus 20, 4 and 5 says, "You shall not make yourself a carved image or any likeness of anything that is in heaven above, or that is in the earth beneath, or that is in the water underneath the earth. You shall not bow down to them or serve them, for I, the Lord your God, am a jealous God." If you joined us for our episodes about the 10 Commandments, you might recognize that this is the commandment that tells us to worship God as the one true God. If you haven't heard it yet, go check it out later.
The last part of those verses explains another reason why we should worship God as the one true God. God is a jealous God. That means God desires to be the only one you worship because he's the only one worthy of being worshipped.
Exactly. Think about how amazing God is. He created the entire world and everything in it. He made you and me. God knows what's best for you, and he wants what's best for you. It's always best for you and me to only worship God because he is the only true God.
And since God is the only one worthy of being worshipped, nothing else is worth the attention you should give to God.
Jesus emphasized this truth in Matthew 6:24. He said, "No one can serve two masters, for either he will hate the one and love the other, or he will be devoted to the one and despise the other."
Since God created you to worship and glorify him, you can't equally worship God and an idol at the same time. Your love and attention will always be divided. You might even choose the idol over God. Since that love, worship, and attention rightfully belongs to God, he is jealous for it.
Think about it this way. Pretend you had to work with a partner on a school project. Your team was created to work together to do a good job on the project. But then your partner started working with another group on their project instead of your project. You would be jealous of your partner's time and work because it belongs to your group. In a bigger and better way, God is jealous for you and me when our attention, worship, and love are given to something or someone it doesn't belong to.
If you are a child of God, your ultimate attention, worship, and love should belong to God first. Ask yourself if an idol in your life is taking God's rightful place in your heart. Idols can be fake gods, activities like sports or art, or even people like friends or classmates. You can figure that out by asking yourself questions like this. Do I choose this thing or activity over God? If I have to choose God instead, does that make me upset?
This doesn't mean you can't love other things, but nothing should be more important to you than God. God alone deserves all the praise, glory, and honor. If you have an idol in your life, ask God to help you love Him more and choose Him over the idol.
Thanks for joining us today. Join us next time to learn about our last name of God.
Bye, friends.